You're watching the Battered Fans Network.
Welcome everybody to episode number 104 of the Battered Heat Fans podcast. I am your host, Daniel Granada, and alongside me, I got Daniel Solana. How are you doing, sir?
Doing fantastic, man. This is probably one of the shows I've been looking forward to most. Obviously, because of the title, we get to talk about Pelle Larsson, one of my favorite players on this team, and we get to talk about Nikola Jović too, which he's lighting it up right now. So I'm excited, man. This is gonna be a fun show.
This is gonna be a fun show because we were supposed to talk about this on Saturday, but then we had the whole Bam and Tyler Hero thing pop off, and we're like, you know what? That probably we should talk about that. We also had something else pop off yesterday because of the Bam Tyler Hero thing. We had Draymond Green address the situation, and not so much the situation, but he was curious as to how Udonis Haslem was going to voice his opinion on the situation. So apparently, I don't remember Udonis Haslem saying anything, and maybe I did hear it and it just didn't stand out to me. When Draymond Green punched Jordan Poole a couple years ago, apparently Udonis Haslem came out and called him a sucker for doing it and just a bunch of stuff. So Draymond Green came out and he said, I wonder if Udonis Haslem is going to keep the same energy now that it's his boy that punched a teammate. And that was basically what Draymond said. He was like, I wonder if Udonis Haslem going to keep the same energy. Honestly, I didn't think that it was that big a deal. I could kind of understand why he's saying that. He's like, hey, man, you called me a sucker for punching my teammate. Now Bam does this. Bam's your boy. Are you going to call him a sucker also? Udonis comes out. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. And I was just going to say, Udonis comes out. He says, it's not the same thing. And basically just started to belittle Draymond. Jimmy Butler took a random a shot somewhere in there. And I mean, that's what everybody was talking about last night. I can't hear you.
My bad. I don't know why I was on mute, but yeah, I don't know everything that went down because I didn't catch everything. I did catch the Udonis Haslem tweet, and now everything's starting to make a little bit more sense now that you're explaining it, because I read the tweet and I was a little confused at first about what he was talking about. I remember, the Jordan Poole incident. But one thing that I will comment about Draymond Green is he clearly does not know who Udonis Haslem is. I mean, Udonis Haslem has that same energy all the time. And what Udonis Haslem tweeted back, I thought was fantastic. And he said, hey, I'm not going to say anything else about the situation, but yeah, you sucker punched one of your teammates when one of your teammates was, 22 years old and you're a grown man. This is a little bit different. This is a little bit different. You have two grown men, one that's coming out to talk smack about Bam Adebayo and this and that publicly after you've been teammates defending each other for so many years. Look, I think the situations are completely different. But Udonis Haslem will always have that same energy. So yeah, Draymond was wrong to kind of come out and challenge him and say, I wonder if he's going to keep that same energy, because clearly he doesn't know who Udonis Haslem is.
Oh, and I thought it was funny that Udonis Haslem was like, dude, do you even realize that Bam is as strong as a baby bear? Like, if he really was going to go fully at Tyler Hero, believe me, he wouldn't have been walking into the game right after with just a little puffy eye. I thought that was funny. But yeah, Udonis came, and then I thought that he took a random shot at kind of at Jimmy, the way he said that, call it heat culture, call it whatever you want. I went at Jimmy because we're not going to let anybody disrespect Spo or anything that Miami's built here. And I kind of just love the way that he's kind of like cementing, like, this is what we do here. That shit ain't going to fly here. And a couple things that come out of that. One, I love it. It kind of lets everybody know this is the way things are done here. I think it also kind of paints the whole villain picture, right? Like Miami versus everybody, which I personally love. But I think that that's where we're heading right now, because Miami's been in the forefront of a lot of news so far this offseason, and this is just going to add fuel to the fire because some people find it annoying that the Miami Heat believe that their culture is above everyone else.
Yeah, but it's the truth, man. I mean, heat culture is everything. It's absolutely everything. And I love the part of the tweet where Haslem kind of says, look, I owe it to to Zoe, and I owe it
Timmy and Glenn.
to exactly, and that goes really to show you how much Udonis Haslem cares about this organization and about this city. He carries the Heat culture torch with him even past his playing days, and still represents the team accordingly. And look, that's why we love him, right? That's why we love UD. That's why that is one of the only jerseys that I will still wear to this day. If I'm gonna wear a jersey, you'll find me wearing a Udonis Haslem jersey. Nobody else, just because of everything that he means to the city and everything that he's done for this franchise. He's definitely one of my favorite players. I mean, and it goes, his jersey's retired, so it goes to show you how much they respect him.
And shout out to Martel from Miami Heat Zone. He's saying that it's different. Draymond gets away with a bunch of stuff, which is true. And he also knocked out Jordan Poole. I forgot.
Draymond punched somebody in the nuts in a playoff game. Like
in the NBA Finals game, no?
This guy is absolutely a dirty player, who tries to get away with it and act like a tough guy. Udonis Haslem is a tough guy who doesn't need to act. That's the biggest difference here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, and Tyler Herro's from the new generation where people have become accustomed to just talking smack or online and they don't have to worry about repercussions. But if you're gonna see the person you're talking crap about, there's a good chance you might have to face they'll make you eat your words. But
it'd be great when the Heat face the Bucks. If the first time Tyler gets the ball and he drives to the rim, they just lay his ass out.
Does Draymond work for ESPN?
No,
right? It's TNT or whatever. I forget where they're at now.
He's allowed to work for somebody even though he's still a player?
Yeah. He's been working. He's done spots with Charles Barkley and Shaq in them. I was wondering if Udonis Haslem and him are going to cross paths. Because at some point in that thing, Udonis goes, and I've never really, I'm paraphrasing here, but essentially what he meant was, I've never really liked you. I don't mess with you. I don't like you. So I'm just keep it moving. Because I'm not gonna give you another pass. That's essentially what he says. So I was just wondering if they're ever gonna cross paths. But that was an interesting story from yesterday. But what we're really here to talk about is Pelle Larsson, Nikola Jović. They played in the summer, the World Cup. Was it called World Cup qualifiers, World Championship qualifiers, something World qualifiers. They both played two games.
Eurobasket qualifiers.
Eurobasket, thank you. They both played 2 games each, and they both balled out. Now, Pelle Larsson, I thought was interesting because he was playing on ball a lot more than he usually does with the Miami Heat, obviously. And one thing that really stands out to me with the fact that he's playing on ball more is that if he's not a starter, he can take on the Jaime role on the second unit because Jaime was bringing the ball up. Jaime was on the ball a lot for that second unit last year, and we lost that. I don't know who's going to fill that role, but if Pelle Larsson can feel comfortable with the ball in his hand, and if what he was doing in the summer can translate to the regular season, I think when people look at the depth of this team and they question the depth of this team, that'll go a long way in helping some of those holes because Pelle Larsson running second unit. You saw what I should have looked it up, what our win-loss record was when Pelle Larsson was a starter. Pelle Larsson is a difference maker. And if he can be on ball and kind of run that second unit, that's going to go a long way towards the Miami Heat's depth improvement and then just this team's success in general.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, I know it's not the NBA, right? And it's a little bit of a different level playing in the Eurobasket qualifiers versus playing in the NBA. But averaging 25 a game for Sweden, it's not nothing. I mean, it's definitely something. And remember, he dropped 31 in a game against Slovenia, a team who historically has been very strong in Europe. And that just tells me something. It tells me that he's not just a hustle guy. He's not just a Heat culture guy, using that cliche. To me, it shows that there's actual offense aggression that he has. And really what I liked about Pelle, look, he's a guy who understands contact. We saw that with him when he
Shout out to that Twitter account.
Yeah, absolutely. And the great part about him is he doesn't care. He attacks, right? He gets downhill. He doesn't look scared to be physical or to take on that physicality. And for the Heat, that's really what matters, because Miami has had too many stretches where the offense just gets stale and everybody's just standing around waiting for somebody else to create. And look, Pelle might not be a star, at least not yet. But he definitely looks like someone who can become a real rotation player. Similarly, like you said, maybe lead that second unit where he has a little bit more responsibility rather than just being the fourth or the fifth option on a starting unit where you're hitting open threes, you're driving to the basket. Yes, you're being physical, but maybe it might be time for him to take a little bit more responsibility, like you said, and they hand the reins over to him for that second unit. It could definitely be a possibility.
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of his stuff was the dirty work last year, right? Like he doesn't get his number called for any plays, right? Like he's just working off ball. If he gets on the ball, like I said, and again, like you said, Euro basketball is completely different. But and I'm not gonna say I sat down and I watched and dissected the film, but when you see how he was basically the best player in Sweden, he was on the ball. He was taking it to the rim. When they would close out, he'd take it to the hole. Like he looked like he's feeling a lot more comfortable. If he can keep growing that way, I think that's um it's gonna go a long way. Because like I said, the well, what I'm hoping he can improve is his outside shooting. He only shot, was it 33, 34% from last year? If he can improve that, I think it goes a long way. Now, moving over to Nikola Jović, we've seen this before, right? He's had good summers before. It doesn't translate. This year, he had a great summer, but I don't know if most people that I'm hearing speaking are not getting excited about it because they're not going to fall for fool's gold again.
That's fine. Let them not fall for fool's gold. But I'll tell you what,
Are you?
we've seen the flashes, Danny. We've seen the flashes, and we've seen them for a couple of years. He's got the size. We know he can shoot the ball. We know that he has the ability to grab the rebound and go the other way, and make the right pass. But I'll tell you this: this seems a little bit different, Danny. It seems a little bit different than what we've normally seen from him summer after summer, because he's going and he's playing for Serbia, and he averaged 27 a game, including 32 in one game. And to me, that starts to remind me why Miami has been patient with him. The question with Jović has never been, is there talent? We know that there's talent. It's obvious that he has talent. The question has always been is, can he be consistent? Can he defend well enough? Can he play through physicality? And can Spo trust him when the game matters? That's been the questions that always surrounded him. And I think that this window has mattered a lot, mainly for his confidence. We know that he's the type of player who needs to have that confidence behind him so that he feels comfortable on the floor. And so, look, I think for the Heat, this is where we're gonna keep coming back to the same point, like with this guy. Is it an aberration now, or is he continuing to get better? And look, unfortunately, and I'm usually a glass half empty kind of guy. You know this from all the different shows that we do.
Yeah.
But when it comes to this situation, I'm gonna take the stance of the glass half full. I think Nikola was injured a lot last season. I think that played a big role in how bad that he played. I think he's fully healthy now, and he's showing with Serbia. I mean, it's not like he plays for Latvia, or he plays for like some team that's going to get.
No. He's playing big time.
Serbia,
Yeah.
historically a pretty strong nation in Europe when it comes to basketball. So, look, I'm taking glass half full. I think he's going to turn the corner, and he's going to be a big help for this team. And if I'm wrong, well, then I'm wrong, and then they'll do something about it. But I choose to be a believer, and I choose to think that he's going to turn things around this season.
Well, I mean, it could be like we were talking about the other day about Nevin Fournier, the way he balls off of France. Nikola Jović looks so confident when he plays for Serbia. So no hesitation when he catch and shoot. He'll chuck up those threes. He went 7 for 10, I think, one of the games from 3-point. Like he looks confident. Well, we need him to carry over the confidence over to the Miami Heat. The problem is that I don't know if Erik Spoelstra is that guy that necessarily instills confidence into the young guys. Right? Look at what he did with Khalil Ware. Khalil Ware, it looked like he was lost. He had no idea what the hell was going on because he'd play well, and then he'd make a mistake or two, and then we wouldn't see him for a couple of days. Nikola Jović, I don't know if he needs confidence. I don't know if the Miami Heat's the best place to go because it's tough love down here, and you're not gonna get treated with baby gloves. So it's interesting. I'm hoping that he can figure it out, but I mean, Erik Spoelstra isn't gonna treat you with baby gloves. Like, he's really not.
He's not, and you said something that kind of rings true. It is tough love down here, but it's also the organization that, in my opinion, and not because I'm a fan and I'm not using this to be biased, but in my opinion, it's probably the organization that develops players the best in the NBA.
For sure.
And so
But you need to have that tough mentality, though.
Exactly, but I think that that's something that you can continue to develop and continue to learn. And as he spends more years down here, hopefully he's not wasting his career, so kind of riding the bench, and he could have an opportunity somewhere else. But I honestly do think that he is going to turn the corner this year, that he's going to be on that second unit, grabbing rebounds. And I honestly do believe that he needed something like this summer to clear his mind, to kind of reset his game and be ready for what's to come in September and October. Because if he's still on this roster, he's going to be most likely counted on to play some pretty decent minutes with that second unit, along with Bobby Portis and maybe Tim Hardaway Jr. and a couple of other folks. So yeah, look, I again, yes, there's tough love. Yes, maybe Spo's leash with the young guys is a little too tight. But I think at the end of the day, that's going to benefit the young players who are here. And look, it's on their resume. The Heat have shown that they can develop these types of guys left and right. They're doing it again this year. I don't know if you've seen Summer League, but Trevor Keels, he's tearing it up in the Summer League, and he's another guy who would be responsible for the Heat developing him.
So in 2023, when he played international ball, he averaged 10 points a game, 10.1. Last year in 25, he averaged 12.8 points per game. In 2 games this year, like you said, 27 points per game. That's a big jump. So I'm hoping that we can see something like that. And talking about the second unit, when I think about that second unit, as of right now, Bobby Portis, solid, good shooter. If Nikola Jović and Pelle Larsson can be added to that second unit and perform, not at this level, I don't think they'll play at this level, but at a higher level than they were playing last year. I mean, you add in a young buck like a Ryan Conwell, maybe you can start shooting lights out. Second unit is not looking too bad.
Yeah, we still got a few more months, man. We still got a few more months to sign some more players. We still got to wait on LeBron to make his decision this week, and then all the rest.
By the way, I saw some reports that she's going to decide this week. And remember, we talked about how Giannis isn't getting announced until Thursday. Yeah. I have a feeling that when that day comes, we'll already know. Like Thursday, we'll know. Is Giannis getting introduced with LeBron, or is LeBron going somewhere else? I really do believe by Thursday we'll know. That they haven't said. They haven't said that, but that's what I believe.
You don't think if he decides to go somewhere else that's not Miami, that he'll try to make his announcement while they're announcing Giannis, just to put the attention on him?
Nah. Why do people think that he's a diva? Like, I don't think so. You think he'll purposely do that just to like, all right, let me steal some limelight? No, I don't think so.
I'm not saying he's purposely going to do that. I was just kind of bringing up the topic to see if we can debate it a little bit. But look, personally, is he?
I think you want LeBron, but at the same time, you kind of want to keep hating on him. You're like, you know what? I kind of want him on here, but I don't mind him not coming, so I can keep hating on him.
Definitely, I want him on the Heat, and I would much rather be positive towards LeBron than negative. But like, he just leaves himself open for some of these things. So you got to take the shots when you can. I mean, it is what it is.
Well, I don't know. I've kind of stopped hoping that he's coming just because I don't want to hype myself up anymore. Before we found out LeBron was going to leave LA, I thought, you get Giannis, I'm good for the year. And then we got Giannis, and then the LeBron thing started, and then I started like, oh, man. And all I could think about was LeBron also joining. And it kind of took me away from the excitement of Giannis just because now I'm waiting for the next thing to happen. we got Giannis, man. Everybody should be just happy that we got Giannis, and whatever happens after the fact, let's just see where this goes. Look, DeMar DeRozan. Oh, wait, before I talk DeMar DeRozan, or I don't even have to talk DeMar DeRozan. It came out yesterday that if we don't get LeBron, the Miami Heat are interested in Russell Westbrook. I want no parts of Russell Westbrook.
I brought it up a couple weeks ago, man, or last week.
Oh my God. Please, no. I can't stand Russell Westbrook. Like, Russell Westbrook when he was in his 20s is one thing. Since then, what the Russell Westbrook, his athleticism isn't what it once was. He still can't shoot. Why the hell do we want Russell Westbrook?
Because the Heat know how to develop these guys.
There is no developing him. He's old.
Yeah, you can remember Anthony Mason came here and he was a disaster and he ended up being an all-star. So I think the Heat are able to take these guys who are at the tail end of their career and make them have a fantastic season. So look,
I think you're wrong. I don't remember that shit ever happening. When have they brought in an old person that can't shoot and all of a sudden he's going to be 38 this year? Yeah, no.
I don't know, man. Let's just wait and see. I don't want to start, the game of who's gonna come, who's not gonna come, who is gonna come. First, what's gonna happen. I will tell you this, Danny, man. Last season, it was so tough to get somebody to go to games with me. I took my son. My phone's been off the hook for the last
for sure
week, saying, "Hey, I'll go to any game. I'll even go to an Orlando Magic game." Like people are getting that desperate.
I don't know if you want to go to Orlando Magic game. We got swept by them 6 games last year.
It's not gonna happen this year.
I sure hope not. And by the way, Anthony Mason was 33 when he joined the Miami Heat. Russell Westbrook's gonna be 38 this year. Please don't get Russell Westbrook. I'll take a DeMar DeRozan, but don't give me Russell Westbrook. Any final words there, Solana?
No final words today. Just hyped for the season to get started. I'm enjoying Summer League, and dude, don't forget to like and subscribe and leave some comments, man. I really enjoy reading the comments when they're put out there, especially the guys who like to hate on us. Love those. So leave your comments, hating comments, not hating comments. I'll be checking them out a little bit later today and replying back.
All right. Well, like he said, make sure you like and subscribe. We finally made it past 500 subs, so we appreciate that. Hopefully, we get to 1,000 soon. But appreciate everybody been hanging out with us, and that's it. We'll be back very soon. Tomorrow, day after. I don't know. We'll see. If you're listening on audio, appreciate you listening to the end. Please leave us 5 stars and a comment. If you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe, and we will be back later. So until the next one, have a good one.